Third place will be taken on fourth place at Stadium East. Montego Bay is going all the way up to Drax, and Humble Lion made a massive mistake. All this and more on Match Week 20 preview show. Yeah, Bill, welcome back at JPL, and it's Match Week 20, and we are counting down. We're so close to the end of the regular season. This match week we only have 5 games, thanks to Cavalier versus Arnett being postponed, as well as Harborview versus Treasure Beach being rescheduled. So, before we get into it as usual, let's get straight into the news for this week. Humble Lion made a big blunder on Sunday. Rushing Sharp, who was on 5 yellow cards and should have served an automatic 1-match suspension, played in the game against Montego Bay and was found in the breach of the Article 17.2 and 18.31 of the 2023-2024 regulations. As a result, the club had to forfeit the game, which they won 2-1 on the day, and the 3 points and a 3-0 victory was awarded to Montego Bay United. All I can say on this matter is this simply embarrassing. I have no idea how Humble Lion make a mess of this, and I really feel it for not just the fans but the players who worked so hard in that game. If you remember, it was a last minute victory in the end. Anyway, the Professional Football of Jamaica Limited PFJL is pleased to announce the renewal of the Memorandum of Understanding between the PFJL and the Jamaica Football Federation to further continue the commercialization of the professional football in Jamaica for the next 10 years. Yeah, so it's a good look. It's basically a big vote of confidence for Owen Hill and Christopher Williams for all the job they have been doing. I think they've been doing a splendid job so far. So let's see what they can cook up in the next 10 years. And then finally, Cavalier lost 2-0 to FC Cincinnati in the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup run clash at the National Stadium. Goals from Sergio Santos and Pinto gave FC Cincinnati the win on the first leg. So yeah, it was a fun night, as I said in my previous video, at the National Stadium. And Cavalier have a chance to turn it around. It's a daunting task when they go to FC Cincinnati this Wednesday. But anyway, that's it all for the news. Let's get straight to Premier League action, JPL. It's all been done this Sunday on the 25th. I'll start with the earliest game. That's Lions United versus Dumbo at Drax. Yeah, man, let me read that again for people. Lions United versus Dumbo at Drax. I know it's weird, but you know Sportsmax want their double headers. So Lions, who basically should be at home, will be coming up against a decent Dumbo team who has been feeling good after their bounce back victory against Lial. While Lions would probably feeling shaken up after they gave up a last-minute goal against Treasure Beach in their last outing. So this will be another interesting game, and it will be feel that Dumbo who just played on this surface last week will probably be feeling a bit more prepared. The other thing that will help Dumbo in this match, I believe, is that Drax is one of the widest pitch in the league, and Dumbo with their possession game may see a Lions team that usually gives up late goals tired somewhat towards the end of the game. But Lions are clicking in attack, and I don't think they'll be fair in coming at Dumbo for this game. In their previous result that happened in November, Dumbo beat Lions 2-1 in St. Catherine. So, but honestly, it feels like it's a much different Lions team this time. But anyway, there will be a fun game to watch, and it's on TV as Lions United versus Dumbo at Drax 1 p.m. In the other game of the double at Drax, more pleasant will be at home to Montego Bay United. Montego Bay United, as I just stated, got a 3-0 victory even though they lost 2-1 last week. It was a surprise loss to Humble Lion despite dominating majority of the game. But those are the breaks for them. So now they are in prime position though to try and conquer the top 6. But this will be no easy task as the more pleasant are playing decent at home and they pull off a rather close victory over a close rival in Tivoli last week with a 1-0 victory. For me, I think more pleasant need Devonta Campbell back and firing for this game because Montego Bay are our team on form. Anyway, that is more pleasant versus Montego Bay United at Drax Complex at 3:30 p.m. Now at the Wembley Centre of Excellence is a big relegation 6 point once more as Vere United welcome Lial Academy. Vere has been playing a little bit better than their recent form suggests, but the results are still not coming. Another defeat to Waterous 2 weeks ago, and then they were humbled by a Cavalier team that had an eye on the CONCACAF Champions Cup. But they are clicking a bit in attack, just not getting the finishing done. But Lial, they show glimpses, and they've done this all season. They show glimpses of what they can do, but for some reason they're just not carrying it out. Time is ticking on Lial, and if they really have any ambition to remain in its league, this is the game they have to win. So let us see what tactics they employ when they go to Clarendon. So again, that's Vere United versus Lial Academy at the Wembley Centre of Excellence, 3:30 this Sunday. Staying in Clarendon is Humble Lion versus Waterous at Everfield Community Centre. Humble Lion now, who I must be wondering how the players must be feeling after they pull off such a scalp in Montego United, to now find out that all their efforts were rendered useless. But they could take heart that they did take on a tough Montego Bay team in Montego Bay and keep it to the victory regardless of what happened afterwards. While Waterous see that Dunboyne has now freshened up themselves and no need to pick up points to starve them off away from the top 6. Waterous is another team that just plays well in spurts, but just can't get it clicking over 90 minutes. Now they face a Humble Lion side who are still trying to work out what their manager asks of them. The last time these two played was in November, where Humble Lion pulled off a 1-0 victory. So another scoreline would do Humble Lion just well. But we see how it all goes as Humble Lion again hosts Waterous at the Everfield Community Centre this Sunday. Now for the biggest game of the round really, as of course third place Portmore travelling to Stadium East to take on Tivoli Guns. Tivoli played well in that second half against Mount Pleasant and felt that they should have gotten more from that result, so I don't think their heads will be dropping too much for this game. While Portmore steadfast way of playing and steadfast defence is keeping them in the title race. They're not leaking goals, and with Chevron Walsh coming off the bench against Harbourview in them last outing, they might be getting their main man back in attack, ready to go. This one might be one of the best one of the season, so we should not miss out. The last time these two played each other in November, it was a dull 0-0 result. But I feel Tivoli be going for this one. They have a decent record at Stadium East this season, so let us see how it goes. So again, that's Tivoli versus Portmore at Stadium East, 4 p.m. Yeah, so those are the matches. Some good matchups, especially of course like that Tivoli Portmore one. But I have a slight eye on how that Bunline's Dunboyne game will go. Anyway, let's go into the predictions. I must admit, last week was one of my worst weeks in terms of the results. This is why the league is so great. It's always unpredictable. But anyway, Bunline's versus Dunboyne. As I stated, Dunboyne played on the surface last week, as well as they did get the scoring monkey off their back after scoring 4 against Lial. While Bunline's still have the firepower, but still seem to give up a lot of goals in return. So I'm going to say, is this going to be a fun 2-all draw between Mullins and Dunboyne? Mount Pleasant versus Montego United. This match is tough. Mount Pleasant is very well at Drax, and they still need a bit more up front, I feel, despite Bradford being there, to get some more goals going. While Montego United were shell-shocked by Humble Lion, but they did play well. So this might be a 1-all draw, I feel. So that's another draw at Drax. That's 1-all, I feel, between Mount Pleasant and Montego United. Vere versus Lial. This should be an easy 3-0 for Vere. I never have a joke on it. I feel them just have to get that attack clicking at some point, and I think this is the prime time to do it, as Lial has showed me only few minutes of actual decent play recently. I don't feel the fight is there in Lial's belly. I don't think they will turn up for this one. So I think that's Vere 3, Lial 0. Alright, Humble Lion versus Waterous. Humble Lion shows us last week, you never know what you can get from them. But Waterous is pretty much the same. So with this one though, you think that it will be another 1-all draw. So I think it will be Humble Lion 1, Waterous 1. Alright, and then the final game now, Tivoli versus Portmore. Portmore is a team that does not concede, and I said to you, Chevron Walsh is back. I'm not sure if he's fit enough to start just yet. That should give them some confidence. And while Tivoli showed that in their game against Mount Pleasant, when the time calls for it, they can dominate a game. Alright, this is another tough one, but say it might end up be another draw. I feel it's a 1-all between Tivoli and Portmore. So yeah, people, that's the 5 games. I'm sorry, it's not like majority of these are draw. Like stick my neck out there. That shows how tight the teams are becoming nowadays. So before I run out of here, just look at this week's community question. So this week I asked, was it wise by Cavalier to release their U20 Jamaican nationals before their big CONCACAF Champions Cup match tonight, which was what they played against Cincinnati, of course. And no surprise really, majority voted mixed. The CCC is important, but national duty is always an honor. Well, yeah, basically, I feel like at least Ainsworth could have benefited more from helping Cavaliers tremendously in their match against FC Cincinnati, but I understand the sentiment of Jamaicans. We would need to get back to another U20 World Cup. But anyway, guys, that's all I get for this Match Week 20 preview show. We'll be back Monday night to review it all. Get out to those games, guys. JPL needed support. Thanks for everybody that's been supporting and watching. And for anybody else that is new here, please like, subscribe, and share. And for anything else on the Jamaican Premier League, you're already at the right place. JPL fan. Big up YouTube.